y'all, it's Michelle from the Scattered Scrapper. Welcome to my channel. Today is day 27 of Scrap-O-Ween. It's time to work on my October daily. I have some supplies picked out. I've got a few thoughts in mind on what I want to do. I've got some stories I want to tell, so let's get started. For my first page, I'm doing this picture here of my girls at the Halloween Spirit Store. And I'm looking for a background paper, and I picked out the one with all the characters on it because there is a Frankenstein's monster on it, and I want to have him showing. And I have this little polka dot paper here to kind of coordinate, and I'm just going to tear it after I trim it down a little bit. I'm going to tear it kind of diagonally and put that in the corner. And I'm just going to get that glued down. And I've got a little die cut there with Frankenstein's monster as well that I'm going to use. Now, one thing that I am discovering, or not discovering, I already knew it, but one thing that I am struggling with is the size of my layout. I mean, it's basically 4 inches square. What can you do in 4 inches? So when I'm planning out my little layouts, I sometimes will just do a quick sketch on a piece of paper to kind of get my thoughts together. And I had done that with this one and another one that's going to be coming up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I put my picture down on top of it, and my design is completely disappears behind the photo. And I run into that here because I wanted to put some things to the right of the photo, but there's not that much space. I think about using this die cut here, and you saw me while I was talking, looking at the chipboard and the stickers, and I could have used that heart die cut, but I was like, I don't want that there. And I thought about some puffy stickers, but I didn't want any of those either. So I put all that aside, and I'm like, I can't think of what I want to do, so I'm going to do what I know I want to do. And I know I want to use this as a tag and put my journaling on it. And I'm going to have that actually outside the pocket. So while I was doing that, I thought, oh, I need a title. So I looked for some small letters, and I decided to use these because they're basically the same color orange as the poster behind the girls. I was like, ooh, I love it when that happens. So what I'm going to do is put my photo in the pocket, and then I'm going to use this tag outside the pocket by taking my hole puncher and punching a hole. And I don't know why it doesn't go all the way through it this time, because almost every other time it has no problem punching a hole through a page protector. So I don't know. Is there any way to sharpen a hole punch? Can you hole punch a bunch of aluminum foil circles? Like you can sharpen your scissors by cutting aluminum foil. At least that's what I understand. I've not actually done it, but I've heard you can do that. So here I'm just attaching this little tag with some twine, and that is going to be it for this layout. And I titled it Costume Shopping. And on the tag there, I had just written about spooky season has officially started because we finally got to the Halloween Spirit Store. And we actually were late this year. It was already into October before we got over there. And usually by October, we've been there at least once, if not twice, since they open in September. But we hadn't got around to it, so. And here I am telling the story of this little animatronic. Well, it wasn't really little. It was kind of big, but I absolutely love it. I hope that they sell it again next year. I think I'm going to stalk the website. This this is an animatronic called Gordo, and I'm just doing this little 2x2 square pocket here with the 4 2-inch squares, and I am trimming up some paper to, I'm going to have my title on one and my journaling on the other. So what this animatronic does is if you walk by it, it makes the spooky sounds and everything, and then it splits in half and jumps up, and it looks like it's got guts hanging down. And I just, every time somebody walked by and it would do that and I would watch it, I would just laugh and laugh. I just loved it so much. I'm weird, I know. But so here I have got Gordo's name up here, and I'm writing as my subtitle, the most popular pumpkin in the patch. And it really was, because in my journaling that I'm going to write in that other square there, I wrote, when I saw Gordo in action, I fell in love. Apparently, so did everybody else, because it was sold out from every store and online. I can't blame people, though. It is an amazingly fun animatronic. And you couldn't, it was in absolutely no stores in our state. It was not available for shipping online. They were completely sold out of this animatronic. So I'm hoping it comes back again next year, since it was so popular. It was such a fun thing to watch. It was so amusing to me. So here I've just put a little black sparkly pumpkin on the title, and I put a sequin pumpkin in the bottom of my journaling, and I'm going to add this little black sparkly star up at the top, just to kind of bring the black sparkles, to have it in more than one spot. I was going to try and slip that in there, but I'm like, probably need to let the glue dry, so I decided not to. Now, my next one that I'm going to work on is about this tree in our backyard. And I was planning on making a flip. And I had kind of forgotten that that's what I wanted to do when I started making this. But I'm backing my photo with that, let's see, what was it? It was the hologram, it was the holographic ink paper. Oh yeah, there it is. And I put a skull there on the back. I love those puffy skulls. I got those several years ago. My best friend got those for me. I'm going to be sad when they're all gone. I remembered I wanted to make a shaker pocket type thing, a little sequin pocket, but I had forgotten that I want to do the flip. So when I put my photo into the page protector, I was like, oh yeah, I wanted a flip. So here I am trying to figure out how to make one. And I cut it, and I don't realize it yet, but I have cut it way too short. So I'm going to have to do it again. And I'm going to do it basically exactly the same way as this. I'm going to I'm just going to cut a little bit longer piece from that strip that I had got this from. And I'll score it just like I did there. And I will tuck it in between the two just like this. And you'll see that here in just a little bit. But I stick it in the page protector, and that's when I realize, oh, you silly goose. It's too short. It doesn't let the photo go all the way down into the pocket or into the page protector, and then it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom of the page protector. The flip on the outside doesn't. So I had to remeasure it. And I did that and got it done. And now I am going to work on my title. So the title for this story is, Why is the Poison So Beautiful? This is a picture of a pine tree in our backyard that has a huge poison ivy vine on it. And poison ivy, if you are unfortunate to be allergic to it, it is awful. And as I was growing up and when I was younger, I was not allergic to poison ivy. Not at all. But I discovered last year, I think it was last year, and you can actually go back to my videos in, I was going to do a December daily, but I got into a bunch of poison ivy and I broke out all over my face, all over my hands, up and down my legs. It was awful. I did not make videos. I actually have not even finished that December daily. But the thing about poison ivy, though, is in the fall, the leaves on it turn these beautiful reds and oranges. And it is absolutely gorgeous in the fall. But please, if you're allergic to it, and even if you're not, just stay away from it. It's terrible. So here I have got some poison bottles on my title card, and I have a clear sticker with the word beware on it, and then like another potion bottle and a mushroom I put down there. And then here I am putting some Tim Holtz words. One says beware and another says toxic. Because it is. And then I'm going to do my journaling on the back side of the flip. And I write down, well, first I'm looking for something else because I want to fill in the underneath, that space underneath where my journaling is going to be. And I didn't really see anything in the die cuts, but I did see on this thicker sheet that RIP. So that's what's going to go there. Rest in peace. Because rip if you get into the poison ivy. But I just wrote poison ivy. I don't know why something so mean is so beautiful come the fall. It's only saving grace. Oh, me. I'm sure that poison ivy has wonderful benefits for its ecosystem, but it does not like me. But, oh well. We need some goats. We need to rent some goats or something to come in and have them eat all of the poison ivy. Because we have quite a bit. Our neighborhood is older, so it's well established and it's wooded. So the edges of the woods where the sun can get in and there's not a whole lot of ground cover and stuff, the poison ivy has thrived. So we need to rent some goats. Okay, so for this one, I wanted to make a shaker pocket, and I'm trying a technique where you use packaging for your pocket, and I've made a mistake of at first using this one here that has the little hangy holes in the plastic. So I'm like, I don't like how that is. It's gonna make it hard to make this pocket. So I look for another package that does not have that I can use. And this one is a little bit too big, but we're gonna make it work. So I've got some glittery pumpkins, and then just some straight up orange glitter. And there's also these teeny tiny little flowers in there. And I used a die, and I cut out a front and a back with this pumpkin die. And then I'm going to kind of glue this down in place and trim it up, and then I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and sew all the way around it. So I'm just going to get that kind of evenly done, and then there it is. I've got it sewn together. And here is where I again had an idea and a little bit of a kind of a sketch of what I wanted to do with this page. And I have, again, not anticipated exactly how big my picture is. But here I'm just going to back it with some black cardstock. I really like doing that in my October daily, especially with the colors that I've been using in this October daily. The black cardstock, I think, really helps the photos to stand out more. And this is just a family photo that we took. My aunts had a party at my grandmother's house, and it was called the Hillbilly Hoedown Tea. So we had everybody kind of dressed up in coveralls or overalls, and we had I think it was like 3 different kinds of chili and just other kind of foods, but they didn't call them by their normal names. They called them like possum stew or something like that. And of course we had tea, and it was so fun. It was so fun to get together with family and just have a good time together, and eat really good food, because my aunts, they just know how to cook. I need to get all their recipes. So here I am trying to figure out how to get my papers to show, even though my photo is covering up all of it. So I'm going to end up having to pull these 2 apart, and I'm going to bring this polka dot paper down a little bit because I really want that orange paper to show. And I still want it to look like a grid papers. I want you to be able to tell that that's grid, and I want you to be able to tell that it's a polka dot and that it's a stripe in the back. But my picture is really big. So, but I think I managed it. And then I'm going to have a little label here that I can write a little snippet. And my SD card, or my memory card for my camera, gets filled up. So it's going to skip a little bit here in a minute. But I'm trying to figure out how I want to decorate a little, not too much, but a little. So I get out my little, what I call my spare parts box that's got little goodies in it, and I have these felt hearts here that I die cut out with a Lawn Fawn heart die. And there, that was when my camera had pooped out on me. So I've got my title up there at the top that just says Hillbilly Hoedown, and now I am going to finish off. I think I'm going to finish off with some of these little rhinestones from Honeybee Stamps. And I kind of fuss and fiddle with where I want it to be. And I also put one of those little puffy pumpkins down there. I just love them. It's so cute. And I think, oh, I'm done. But I'm like, no, wait. I want to put some splatters. So welcome back to the Distress Mica Stains. So the last few layouts that I've done, I haven't used it. So I was missing it. Then I was like, this one is the perfect one for the Distress Mica Stain splatters. So that is going to do it for this layout, and that's going to do it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you get some inspiration, and that you are having a wonderful October. I cannot believe that we are so close to Halloween. It's just around the corner, and then November will be here. I cannot believe how fast this month has gone by. So here you can see that little shaker pocket there that I made with some their little leaf sequins, and there's a close-up of that, and then this shaker here. And one of these days I will do these much better. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.